16th, 2018. We're going to start with a moment of silent meditation and prayer, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance, and then we'll do the approval of the minutes for August 9th, 2018.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome, everyone. Gentlemen, did you have a chance to look over the August 9th, 2018 minutes?
I have looked at them yesterday.
And you include the special meeting, and not send that to them. They're not included in
I
there.
think that was last week. You did approve to get an emergency meeting and a regular meeting, but you didn't have a special meeting.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's okay. I understand all day we get by half.
You made a motion, you want a second?
Second.
Okay. All right, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. 9:15, we have an appointment with Mike Kozat with Community Liaison, updating regarding the Atlantic Coast Pipeline timeline and project expectations. 3 o'clock, there is a Court Security Advisory Board meeting. So we'll just move on to items for discussion, action, or approval. 1, correspondence from Nina Monroe, Adrian Public Service District Manager, requesting approval to proceed with a project to replace undersized water lines within its system, as well as a booster station upgrade and further extend water to approximately 166 potential customers, including the community of Pickens. You're gonna take water all the way out to Pickens,
We're in Helvetia already. We're
Okay.
at the other end of Helvetia. We just, hydraulically, that's as far as we could push it. It's gonna take 2 more booster stations and 2 tanks to get water to Pickens. But, I just thought it would be wise to get Upshur County Commission approval to go by that much further into Randolph County.
Randolph County's fine with it.
Randolph County's begging us.
Okay.
They know that, it just isn't feasible for any entity in Randolph County to serve Pickens.
to come that way.
That's right.
We've got the same type of situation in the northern part of the county, at Barber County, Upshur County line. Because there's a section there that Barber County can't get to unless they come over and down.
It's amazing that there's more city water clear out there.
I thought it was amazing when city water got into French Creek.
Right.
And then we did Helvetia, Selbyville, like, we're in the community of Cleveland and Webster County right now. So we have water there.
That's amazing.
So, and it's good, the commissions have worked with one another, that life doesn't stop at the county line,
Have you already got the grant for this? Or
We have not, I would like a letter from your commission to be part of our grant application. And it's not all grant, we're looking at, it's, I don't know if I put that in the letter or not.
Saw that.
Almost close to $9 million project, and we're hoping for about 40% of it to be grant money, and the rest will be a low interest rate loan through the USDA, Rural Utility Service.
Okay.
And they are totally in support of this going into Pickens as well, because Pickens has been bugging them too.
I'm sure. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
And I'll second it. Anything to help the citizens out.
Thank you.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor? Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay, 2 correspondence from Nina Monroe, Adrian Public Service District Manager, announcing the resignation of Phil Ostrowski from the Adrian PSD Board effective September 30th, 2018, and further requesting the appointment of Kelly Arnold to fill the unexpired term. Upon approval, Mr. Arnold's term will begin on October 1st, 2018, and expire on October 31st, 2021. Entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. 3, approval and signature of environmental assessment determinations and compliance findings for HUD Assisted Project 24 CFR Part 58 for the Elkins Road PSD Phase 3 water extension.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. 4, approval and signature of 2018 application and schedule for excess loss insurance with River Life Insurance Company effective July 1, 2018 through June 30th, 2019. Entertain a motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. 5, correspondence from Software Systems, Inc. regarding changes in maintenance contract amounts, review and approval of 2018-2019 maintenance levels. This maintenance includes program updates, telephone support, and time spent performing data conversions and other on-site tasks depending upon which level is requested for each system.
All the elected officials that are on the system were contacted, and they would all like to maintain the same level of service that they have. And it's actually a decrease this year as far as the cost is.
I move that we approve.
So moved. Second.
Second. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. 6, correspondence from Lori Aldridge Hart, Upshur County Family Resource Network Director, requesting permission to place a table in the Upshur County Courthouse Annex foyer during the month of September for Baby Safe Sleep Awareness Month, as well as a diaper awareness week.
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. 7, correspondence from the Children's Festival Committee regarding the upcoming 2018 Upshur County Children's Festival and requesting monetary or in-kind contributions to help facilitate this free of charge activity.
So moved.
Second.
So we do 10 one day will pass.
Yes. Would be mine, same as we for everybody else.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. 8, correspondence from J. Burton Hunter III regarding a civil complaint relative to the blockage and encroachment of an ingress-egress of 30-foot county right-of-way which provides access to his client's property. Mr. Hunter is requesting a meeting to develop a plan for the maintenance of the road.
You'll see that Mr. Hunter addressed a letter to both you and Ron Newton, who's district engineer. Of course, you're all aware that the county doesn't maintain any roadways, that it is the responsibility of the Department of Highways.
We're going there to catch up.
Page 27.
27 to 32.
There's a blockage in the ingress and egress right of way that crosses the long property to our clients of Mr. Hunter. It also provides access to the Gregory property.
Well, I don't think we have any funds in the budget to maintain roads, or any line items in the budget for maintaining roads. That would be a project of the DOA.
Would you like us to make a call to the DOA just to confirm that Mr. Newton has been in receipt of the letter?
That would be fine.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea.
I think me too, if you want to mail them a copy.
He has been mailed a copy by Mr. Hunter, I believe, but I'll make sure that he was received it.
J. Smith, County Clerk, entering into an agreement with Buchanan Upshur High School to accept placement of 2 paid interns to be utilized in her office during the 2018-19 school year, commencing August 20th, 2018. Upon approval, each intern will be paid $8.75 an hour, and their combined hours will not exceed 19.5 hours per week. So you got 2 interns from high school?
Yes, they're going to rotate days, so we'll have someone every day, but it'll be a different one each day. The funded, if you recall in the budget meeting, we left Quayla in there working part-time, and she is not utilizing those hours, nor will she be doing that. So my plan is to use up what I can of that, and work them as much as I can, when I'm doing back scanning and just general office work. I thought I kind of want to work on the webpage if I could get that done. That would be
That's great. It'd be a good experience.
They really wanted to be placed as in the accounting department, but of course, we don't do accounting like most accountants do accounting. So we're going to use them as we can in there, but it may work fine with working throughout the rest of the office area. And Dusty had mentioned, he said, how did you get that? And I said, well, they called me, but he's going to see if he can. If he can't, I may work with him and share them with him, so he can have a little bit of.
I was actually contacted by a young man the other day up at the high school. He ran into me. He asked if I knew of any internships. And his is kind of, he's looking into engineering, so maybe your office might be something that, I'll give you his name, you can reach out to him. But he's looking for something this year, he's a high school senior.
I wonder if the city does internships since they actually have a city engineer.
Yeah, possibly. Maybe Dusty and Terry Joe.
So moved, I don't have a problem with that, I think it's great.
Second.
Do a motion and a second. All those in favor? Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. For your information, certain items may require discussion, action, and/or approval by the commission. One is from Brian K. Cooper, PE, West Virginia Department for Division of Highways, District 7 Engineer, inviting the commission to an informative meeting with District 7 personnel and central office management. 2, correspondence from Nesco, Inc., providing notice of blasting activities in accordance with all state and federal laws and as approved by the Department of Environmental Protection commencing August 24, 2018 and continuing through August 25, 2019 from sunrise to sunset. 3, Lewis Upshur Animal Control Facilities CAP report for the month of July 2018. 4, Lewis Upshur Animal Control Facility adoption financial transactions for July 2018. 5, Upshur County E911 communication reports, June and July 2018. 6, newsletters and/or event notifications. Let's see, 7, agendas and/or notice of meetings. 8, meeting minutes. 9, meetings. 10, appointments needed or upcoming. We're still in need of commission appointment for the Upshur County Public Library Board. I am working on that. I have someone in mind. Let's see, table items. We have 1 to discuss property owned by Thomas Moats located in Warren Tax District, Tax Map 6C, parcel number 41. Last extension was approved during the April 5th meeting. Any updates?
I'm still waiting on a response from the DNR, but I left a message on Officer Collins' cell phone and the seconds.
Thank you. The next regular meeting of the Upshur County Commission is August 23rd, 2018 at 9 a.m. Upshur County Courthouse Annex. And Mike, you're right on time.
Yeah, perfect. Good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
Good, good. I'm here at the behest of somebody, I'm not sure who, but I have a couple things I'd like to just update you on real quick, and then we'll entertain all the questions you guys may have. So, first off, I'm sure everyone's aware the first stop work order occurred Friday night, which has basically shut down all work up and down the line for the whole 600 miles. So we're under that stop work order right now. It's the result of a couple of court decisions, one with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, which I think we talked about before, which had to do with endangered species. That was still outstanding from a couple of months ago at least, and they're still working to get that specificity that they're looking for, the courts are looking for into the permit, and so that's ongoing. Dominion's been working with them throughout the whole course of this to make that happen. The second one that occurred had to do with the U.S. Park Service, and that was last week, and that involved the boring of a mountain, an area down in Virginia where the Blue Ridge Parkway, it would be a bore underneath the Blue Ridge Parkway. So based on those two court decisions, FERC decided, hey, we need to step back and look at this. So you can see that, you know, this is the most scrutinized project maybe in the history of, you know, this area for sure. And they're looking at everything and making sure everything's right, and that's basically the reason for the stoppage. As far as our workers go, they're still reporting out here every morning. They're signing in, and if nothing's changed and they have no work to do, we have some limited things we can do to keep the right-of-way stabilized. Our environmental controls are being maintained and those kinds of things, so nothing gets out of whack in that regard. So that's still, so there's a little bit of things that are just being kept up, if you will. But they're going out, signing in, and going home paid for the day. So you shouldn't see anything changing as far as the number of people who actually maybe more so milling around town during the days. They've got time now to do that, but the hotels are still full. Nobody's going to be leaving. That's the course of action they've decided to take so far. And with that, I'll see what you guys have for me.
Is there an estimated timeline on when they may resolve this? Or?
Everybody's hoping it's really weeks and nothing more than that. That's based on things that have occurred with other pipelines and just what we're seeing, and the feeling is it's going to be weeks. Yes. Not a long duration.
Gentlemen, you have any other questions?
No complaints, nothing else? Okay.
I do. Has Atlantic turned in their stabilization plan yet?
Yes, and it has not been finalized yet. I asked that very question this morning. Its stabilization plan is what we're allowed to do to wrap up things that are really, if they're left undone, it's worse than going ahead and doing it. Like right now, Mount Carmel Road, they were in the process of doing a bore underneath that. DOH has requested that we finish that bore, get it all stabilized, fill it back in, so it's actually less of a hazard than it is right now when remaining open. So those are the kinds of things that the stabilization plan takes into account, and FERC will let us know what we can still do. So that has not been finalized yet. It should happen any day.
I haven't seen it come out yet.
It hasn't. You haven't missed it. So. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, guys. And if you've got any cloud or whatever, please contact anybody you can and try to tell them to get this thing going. It's having a big impact on a lot of folks in ways that you couldn't imagine. Every cost, all of these things cost money, which ultimately impacts the cost of the gas that's going to be supplied down the road years from now. That's people's heating needs and things like that. So the better we can get it done, sooner we can get it done, the better all those things will be. But anyway, thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
Matt, thank you for the update.
What's that?
Thank you for the update.
Anytime.
Have a good one, Mike.
April getting bids on, just leave it for the 2 hours.
Hello, fellas.
Good morning, April.
Well, you know me, I'm here to just give the other side. So I just want to remind everybody that we do have enough gas in storage to last this country until the year 2030. We need to burn that up and switch to renewables as soon as possible. Pipelines increase drilling because they want to put gas in line. They want to get that gas out of the ground so that they can then drill more and make more money. Hydraulic fracturing uses hundreds of times more water these days than it used to. That water cannot be made potable again without extremely expensive and cumbersome techniques that are not being used because they're expensive and cumbersome. Also, there's radiation in that water, and it's toxic. Toxic salts are in the water, and a lot of times the water is mismanaged. So it's time to switch to renewable energy and to value our water that is a limited resource. So along that line, I just want to remind everybody that the Buchanan River Fest is coming up, which is a celebration of our water and how precious it is. And we are still looking for organizations that want to have a table who will show and explain how they use water, how important clean water is to their operations, such as the brewery down here and the coffee shop, or how they're conserving or protecting water. And so I'll just pass out these little handouts and I hope that you guys will all come. It's going to be a really fun day. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on. Live music, food, kids' activities. There's a huge Tiger River Outfitters is bringing a shuttle service, and they're going to take people up to Hampton and drop them in the water. Not the people. For $10, you can get on the shuttle, and if you have your own watercraft, they'll take you up with your watercraft. If you don't have your own watercraft, you can rent it from them for $5. Then it's a 3-hour float, or if you're paddling, it's probably 2 hours. Bring your camera, you might see wildlife on the river. When you get down to the Riverwalk Park, to the boat dock, you're going to come out on this huge party festival. There's going to be so much going on. It's going to be a really great day.
August 25th.
August 25th, yeah. So, anybody needs one of these, I know you guys know about it.
Thank you, April.
Yeah, thank you all.
So we'll just work on some paperwork, and then we have Work Security Advisory Board meeting at 3 o'clock there.